And this week, our tip of the week is investing in an uncertain market.
Yeah, we really want to touch base with everybody out there because we've been getting these questions, Tim. We know interest rates are going up. We know people are on the fence. We know people are worried about what's going on. We can definitely tell you that we're studying this every day and we're out in the market and we want to tell you what's going on and what we think is going to happen going forward.
Yeah, we're hearing news stories about interest rates, about recessions coming, about the American market tanking. All of this stuff is sort of factoring into the buzz around the real estate market here in Alberta. And what we're going to do today is we're going to tell you why, even if it's an uncertain market, investing is still good.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is buying the right property, and that's why people hire us, Tim. We've been doing this for 16 years, and it's all about getting that property that's going to be rented out 100% of the time. When we say rented out 100% of the time, we mean there's a lineup of tenants when you do your mini open house, when we train you how to do your mini open house, that there's a lineup of tenants to choose from. I mean, we just had a young guy, Caden, hopefully he's on the call tonight, who just bought his first rental property, moved in, bought his first property and rented it out in a heartbeat. And this was in Okotoks.
Yeah, he had a mini open house, and it was his first time. He was a little nervous, but that open house, he had something like 24 people show up.
Yeah.
So that's amazing to have an open house and have that many people show up.
And not only that, we calculated today he's cash flowing $1,000 a month. So can it happen even in this market? It definitely can, but it takes action. And I know everybody's uncertain there, and we wanted to teach you that if you're working with the right team that is helping you select that right property, that the numbers are going to work. And that is the second thing, Tim, is making sure that those numbers, those rents are achievable.
Yeah, and what we did with Caden before he even bought that property is we researched the rental rates in Okotoks. So no matter where he was buying within that little small city, we knew what the rental rates were going to be, and we knew what his mortgage amount would be. So we worked out the numbers ahead of time that he would cash flow using the current rental rates that are in Okotoks right now.
And Tim, that comes down to supply levels. So even on the housing side, how many properties are for sale, and it also translates to how many rental properties are on the market. And we knew in Okotoks that there is a massive, massive demand for rental properties. And even in Calgary right now, we know there's a massive demand for detached homes or suited properties. Yeah. We know that if you're investing in Calgary, that the supply levels for both, for properties for sale and properties for rent, are so low that we know that the market will be able to sustain itself and keep going. We don't believe that we're going to, and thank God, Tim, that there is a little bit of a slowdown right now, because it was absolutely crazy. I mean, Tim, we were writing 20 to 30 deals a month and losing half of them to competing offers.
Yeah.
So that's how crazy it was. Finally, it slowed down enough that the competing offers aren't there. I mean, I wrote an offer for a policeman in Toronto on Saturday night in Rocky Ridge. There's a beautiful property backing onto the pond up there. And one of our investors found us on our YouTube channel, and we took a run at a property, and guess what? It went into multiple offers. Yeah. So is it still happening? Yes, but we know that you guys out there should be looking at the supply levels. And we always talk about this. If you're investing in downtown Calgary, there's too much supply. So the market will continue to be a little bit softer. If you're buying in newer communities, there's going to be too much supply out there. So we know the markets out in the the outskirts of Calgary will be soft as well.
Yeah, and some of the fundamentals that we go over when people are investing in an uncertain market. One of the things is immigration. Now, later on in our introduction here, we're going to go through some of the numbers about Canadian immigration. The numbers are just crazy, but with that amount of people moving to this country, there's a ton of demand for rental properties. And we're seeing it in Calgary. A lot of new immigrants are coming in. There's the situation in Ukraine where a lot of refugees are coming over. People are coming from all four corners of the earth because Canada is a safe place to live. So we have tons of immigration, and that just means tons of rental demand.
Yeah, and that comes down to as well affordability. We know that there's nervous people out in Vancouver and Toronto. It's too expensive there. So we're very, very lucky, Tim, that it is affordable here. The average today, we're looking at it today, is at 524,000 in Calgary. We've always said that we've felt that it should be upwards of around $650,000. We don't know when we're going to get there, but we know we're definitely going to get there. And so investing in uncertain times like this, I mean, we're not even in a bad situation, but we wanted to be ahead of the game. You have to look at the big picture when you're investing. I mean, Tim and I have been through, I think, 3 recessions owning our real estate. And if you're cash flowing, that is key. The property has to be cash flowing, because as soon as you have to take money out of your back pocket to fund your investment, your days are limited as a real estate investor. We always say that. And the biggest thing going for Calgary is quality of life. On top of the affordability, on top of the job market that is healthy right now, the quality of life here is great. So we're in a good situation, Tim, moving forward with investing in Calgary.
Yeah, we've got, great recreational amenities. We're close to the mountains. We've got, all kinds of recreational opportunities within the city. We've got the river pathways. We've got all kinds of rec centers and places for your kids to enjoy, pools and rec centers and the like. So that quality of life issue is another thing that's driving people to come to Calgary. And with a relatively low crime level, I mean, compared to some of the bigger cities in Ontario or BC or even the American big cities, Calgary is a very, very safe place to live. We haven't, run across any of the crime issues that they have in the bigger cities down south.
Yeah, so that's our investment tip of the week. We do tips every week. One last thing on that. What we provide to our clients is the support they need. They belong to our network once they purchase with us, and it's continued education. Once you have those 3 things, investing in real estate is really, really easy, especially if you have the right team working with you. So that's what we provide. If you missed some of our investment tips of the week, there's some great ones in there. Just go on our YouTube channel. It's called Crew TV. I'll put the link in below. Subscribe to it so you don't miss future tips.